When you're in meetings or you're talking to somebody, are your ideas being dismissed? Or if you're in a sales conversation or marketing yourself, are you finding that your close rates are lower than expected? If so, here are the 7 reasons why you may be losing influence and sales. Number 1, your presence. Energy is everything, and how your energy is coming across will either draw people in or push people away. Number 2, stress. When we're not managing our stress, that stress affects our body language and our speaking voice and how we're coming across, and it can really turn people off. I had a client, Paul, a few years ago that was going to his sales meetings every single week. He was learning the 6 steps. He knew them inside out, but his close rate was only at quota, and he couldn't figure it out, and he was carrying a lot of stress. And when we really worked through that stress and got him present and really learning how to use his speaking voice and his body language, suddenly his sales rate doubled. Number 3, your voice. If you're speaking too high, it'll tune people out. If you hold a lot of tension in your jaw, you come across as angry and aggressive. And if you're speaking too quiet, you come across as really meek and unconfident. Number 4, body language. If your body language is too, your center of gravity is too high, it makes you come across as unstable, and which makes you not credible or trustworthy. Or if you're crossing your arms a lot or crossing your arms across where your pelvic region is, it reads as being closed off and not approachable. Or if you're using body language where you're just moving too much, again, it reads as uncredible, scattered. Who is this person? My client, Dr. Taisha Wilson, was out giving talks. She was getting good reviews, but there were small tweaks that we ended up doing with her body language, how she was moving, that totally brought her into her power, and her talks went from great to amazing. Number 5, your messaging. What you have to say isn't being heard. Most people really struggle with how do you develop the right message and target it for the right audience and take that message and the content and deliver it in a sequence that really captures attention and inspires people to want to listen to what you have to say and take action on what you have to say. My client, Doug Brown, he used to be the former president of sales for Tony Robbins. So he was already an amazing sales guy. And when he came to work with me, we worked a lot on the messaging and the strategy behind the messaging and his whole presentation style. And suddenly he added over another $600,000 into his bottom line. Number 6, story. We want to show, don't tell. Most people just go, this is my product, these are my services, this is the benefits, this is the problem that I solve, and that's all tell. People don't like to be told. People like to be engaged. Storytelling is the best way to do it because you show, but don't tell. Number 7, the ability to ask questions and listen. Most people either get really defensive or they start to fumble when they are in a position where they have a sales objection or they feel like they're not being heard. But that's when we want to be able to de-stress, get present, and really start listening to the other human being and really start asking meaningful questions, because that's when you get the deeper truths. That's when you get the deeper connection that allows you to be highly influential and be able to close a lot more sales. Curious to see if your presentation style is affecting your ability to be influential and close sales? If so, I invite you to a complimentary 15-minute presentation, assessment, and consultation with me if you are my ideal client. So my ideal client is that person who's already been doing business for a while, or they've been in their career for a while, so they're pretty established and they're really ready for an up level. Or there's somebody like Doug Brown who's already at the top of their game but wants to be in the top 1 percentile. If that's you and you're at that stage in your career and business where you're ready to really commit to up leveling, then please book in that consultation with me. Go to cindyashtontrains.com/assessment.